stand to your feet and let's welcome the Honorable Mayor Bill Ganz.
Welcome, and thank you for being here tonight at the 6th annual Deerfield Beach State of the City event. You know, I want to start out by making a correction about a statement that I made last year at last year's event. Last year I said there was no way that we were going to be able to top the event, and clearly I was wrong. This is an unbelievable event, and it's not just about the weather this year. Thank you so much to Brent Burns and all the folks at JM Family for hosting us here tonight at this amazing campus. This is not incredible? Laverne, Shirley, thank you for recognizing all of our sponsors here tonight. Obviously, without the support of our business community, this night would not be possible, and I sincerely thank all of you so much for participating. I want to recognize, and it was already done, but I further want to recognize my colleagues and my friends, Commissioner Drosky, Commissioner Preston, and Commissioner Hudak. It's truly an honor to serve with you. I want to thank again our county and state officials that are here tonight. I want to thank Broward County Mayor Lamar Fisher, fantastic representative. We know Chip Lamarck is up in Tallahassee working hard, but fortunately we have the brains and the beauty of the organization working with us here tonight. Eileen Lamarca, thanks so much for being here. And I want to thank Dan Lindblade, our president of the Greater Fort Lauderdale Chamber of Commerce. Thanks so much for being here tonight, Dan. I also want to thank a very special group of professionals who planned tonight's State of the City event. Denise Jordan, Audra Durham, and Dolores Molina of the Chamber. Doing extra duty, Lisa Davis and Nancy Woodville with JM Family Enterprises. Your professionalism and your hard work, so greatly appreciated. I want to thank the members of our staff, Chris Morey, Dave Hunt, and the incredible Rebecca Medina for the excellent job they've done. Let's give them a big round of applause. Thank you so much for an exceptional evening. So many of our staff contributed to this, and I want to thank them very much for it. I want to recognize the members of the Broward Alliance who are in attendance tonight. And I want to thank all of you for what you do to support businesses in Deerfield Beach. If you're part of the Broward Alliance, please raise your hand. Thank you. We're also very grateful to the members of the Deerfield Beach Economic Development Council, or EDC, specifically Chairman Bob Birdsong and Vice Chair Brett Frankel. You know, I am grateful for their service to this community. They actually take time away from running some of the most accomplished businesses in this city to volunteer on the EDC. They bring businesses to Deerfield Beach, they support the city's presence in regional issues, and they advocate for new projects and initiatives that make our community a better place for everyone to live, work, and thrive. And for that, we say thank you very much. This is a very special event for me and for all of us. But I look out at the audience and I see this amazing gathering of people from all corners of Deerfield Beach community. We're colleagues, we're business associates, we're neighbors, friends, and fellow residents. And to those of you here tonight who don't always agree with me, I'm glad you're here. Because what I believe connects us on a night like tonight is our shared sense of community and our desire to see our city grow and succeed. It's a blessing that despite some of our differences of opinion, we can still gather together peacefully. Other areas and other people are not as fortunate. Tonight is a night to inform you about and celebrate our small, wonderful city, but it would be remiss of me not to mention the heinous acts of terrorism and the atrocities going on in Israel and Gaza. It is my hope and my prayer that our humanity will win over hatred. Now, this year's event is a little different, and I believe it's an extraordinary evening in which we get to come together as one city to celebrate the Deerfield Beach Historical Society as they celebrate the 50th anniversary of their organization and the amazing 100th anniversary of the Historic Butler House. Let's give them a big round of applause. Sadly, we lost the city's resident historian, Amy K. Tanner, this year, but her legacy lives on through this growing organization and all of us who are dedicated to keeping the history of this great city alive. Amy K., we miss you. The Historical Society is a place where you can take an art class, check out an art exhibit, take in a lecture about local or South Florida history. You can jam out in the driveway on Friday nights to some live music, or you can have a quiet moment underneath one of the most amazing banyan trees around. And this organization has become a hub of fun, cultural events in our city. And I'd like to acknowledge the Historical Society's Board of Directors, Mr. TJ Egan, Judy Stanich, Dave Notterer, along with Emily Lilly, Bill Munsenmeyer, Ed Dietrich, Andy Johnson, Judy Wilson, Michael Zaidman, Pastor Keith Williams, and Jeff Fisk. Thank you so much. If your name has been called, please stand up and get the recognition you deserve. Let's please give them a big round of applause for their work to keep arts and culture alive in Deerfield Beach. I also see one of my former colleagues out here tonight. I'm so glad she's here. Former Mayor Peggy Nolan is here. Thank you so much for being here, Mayor Nolan. There is one group who helped propel this city forward more so than probably anyone else, and that is the residents of Deerfield Beach. Almost 60% of the residents who voted approved the referendum initiative for the city to sell the 4 acres of land at 10th Street, Southwest 10th Street and I-95. Now, the City Commission selected the highest and best use for this property, and it is a concept proposed by MBA Development Partners for a full appraised price of $6.5 million, with an additional $7.5 million in community contributions and a $156 million mixed-use development. I'd like to acknowledge Mario Cabrini and Corey Olson of MBA Partners, and we wish you much success. Once again, we're hosted by JM Family Enterprises and gathered at the amazing JM Family campus. And I guess that means we didn't break anything last year, so they allowed us to come back. And other than Drosky, we were pretty well behaved. But this truly is a remarkable location. I mean, look at it. I want to thank Brent Burns, Lisa Davis, Nancy Woodville, Rick Jordan, and all of the other JM Family associates for their incredible support of the State of the City event. You know, Deerfield Beach is fortunate to have such a stellar partner in our city. And with JM, it's not only the support that you give to the city, it's the entire community. I mean, you continue to do so through your volunteer efforts that are unparalleled. I've been out there pounding nails with Brent at several Habitat for Humanity builds, and I understand you'll be building 4 more homes right here in Deerfield Beach, so we're very happy about that. They're not only a major sponsor at our annual Harold Morrison backpack giveaway, but their associates put in their blood, sweat, and smiles into that event and make it truly special for the kids. Your contributions and dedication to the local Boys and Girls Club is nothing short of inspirational. There really is so much more, and I just want to thank you. I do want to also recognize JM Family Associate Rick Jordan, and I hope that's okay to do that. Rick has been the Director of Design and Construction Development and Real Estate for JM Family for 32 amazing years. Now, clearly JM was playing loose with the child labor laws 32 years ago, but I think there's a statute of limitations. You guys should be okay. Rick has served on the Deerfield Beach Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors. He's a founding member of the Deerfield Beach Economic Development Council, or EDC, and he's played a significant role in JM Family's work with Habitat for Humanity. The facility we're standing in today is just one of Rick's legacy, and a small part of Rick's legacy here at JM Family. These are the type of associates and leaders that JM develops. And a little bird song told me that Rick is retiring in December. And I ask that you all join me in a round of applause for Rick as he transitions from working on site plans to working on surfing travel plans. Over the last few years, the City of Deerfield Beach has put much time and effort into establishing our community as a major player in regional Broward County and South Florida circles of influence. And why? Well, because so many of the issues of concern to Deerfield Beach residents and businesses span beyond our borders. What we know to be true is that there is strength in numbers on many of these fronts. Trash disposal, beach renourishment, emergency operations, communications, transportation, roadways, education, and healthcare are just some of the issues that affect us locally, but require us to participate on a much larger stage. This past year, District 4 Commissioner, believe it or not, Todd Drosky was elected as the Broward League of Cities President. Todd's humble about this, but he shouldn't be, because as he pointed out, this is only the second time in our city's history that one of our elected officials has served in that capacity. And as president, Todd has assumed an influential leadership role in issues affecting all cities in Broward, and he is making us tremendously proud. This year, he is focusing the league on innovation throughout the county, and we're wishing him the best of luck this year in his service. Thank you so much, Todd. Todd's not the only representative of Deerfield Beach in regional issues. District 1 Commissioner Michael Hudak represents the city with the Florida League of Cities, advocating for us at the state level. I represent our city on the Broward Metropolitan Planning Organization, influencing regional transportation and economic development. Vice Mayor Parness formerly served on the Broward County Planning Council. And Bob Birdsong, the chair of our EDC, sits on the Broward Workshop, and he rubs shoulders with the most influential business leaders in Broward County. Now, together they address business advocacy, cultural affairs, education, tourism, transportation, and other issues of regional concern. And our city is an active member of the Greater Fort Lauderdale Alliance to ensure we're on the ground floor when new businesses are considering relocating to Broward County. Now, even our Chamber of Commerce has embraced a more regional approach, joining the Greater Fort Lauderdale Chamber of Commerce as the Deerfield Beach Council. Now, this gives us greater exposure to the larger regional economy and the business community. And you know what? All of these efforts are paying off through business development and economic redevelopment. It's assisted us in bringing in grant dollars and appropriation dollars from the state and federal government. And this city's governance and management is well respected outside of our city limits, and we are seen as a leading city on the rise. I'm very proud of that. So obviously we can't have a Deerfield Beach State of the City speech without an update on the beach. Now, this past year, our Department of Sustainable Management partnered with the town of Hillsborough and the city of Boca Raton on a joint beach renourishment project. Now, we were fortunate enough to take advantage of some regularly scheduled dredging in the Boca Inlet to renourish our beaches. And that partnership and that innovative pipeline method saved the city of Deerfield Beach millions of dollars compared to the cost of doing it alone. Now, having a pipeline laid across our beach is not exactly ideal, but it was quick, efficient, and in the end, our South Beach was restored. And by the way, this project was recognized nationally for best beach renourishment in the nation. Chad Gressick, your team, thank you so much for your hard work. We also started a comprehensive beach management program. Now, this program will accomplish many things, including exploring the expansion of dune systems along our beach and balancing the needs of this sensitive environment with the wishes of our residents and our visitors. Now, our fantastic ocean rescue team killed it this year at the Southeast Regional Championships, bringing home the #1 top trophy. We're very proud of them, and Captain Mike Brown is an inspirational leader for that team, so congratulations to all of you, making us proud. Over the past year and throughout the coming one, we are also enhancing our beach area with major capital investments totaling over $10 million. These projects include pier renovations and repairs, definitely repairs, new lifeguard towers, turtle-friendly pedestrian lights, and improvements to parking lot lighting, as well as public transportation and event space. It's hard to believe it's been over 10 years since the pier entrance buildings were constructed, but you know, time flies when you're having fun. But times also change. And the city decided to test the market and see if there was, and pardon the pun, an appetite for a new restaurant concept at the pier. Turns out there was, and I'm pleased to announce that in just 2 weeks from now, the new restaurateur, Danielle Rossi, will start the work on the Palm Restaurant. She's investing over $2 million to reimagine our pier restaurant into a place where 3 separate dining experiences are going to happen. Traditional sit-down table service, a grab-and-go counter for our hungry beachgoers, and a tapas-style experience on the observation deck overlooking the pier and our amazing little slice of the Atlantic Ocean. Congratulations, Danielle, and we wish you the best of luck on your new endeavor. You know, friends, we made history this year with every one of our improvements to our beach. You know, and we received some criticism for investing in the beautification of that area. You know, certainly the market conditions and the cost of some of these investments are not where we'd hoped that they would be. You know, we tried holding off and waiting for prices to go down, and well, we paid the price. Costs are not going down anytime soon. And we cannot sit on the sidelines when it comes to maintenance and improvements while other cities move forward. I want you to keep this in mind. This is one of Deerfield Beach's most important revenue generators, with more than 2 million visitors a year. And if we continue to expect visitors to continue to come here and invest their dollars into our economy, we must continue to invest in our beach. We are in this for the long run, and we will not step over dollars to pick up pennies. Holding back on maintenance and making improvements on the cheap is something we simply cannot afford to do. Now, even though the beach is undoubtedly our largest park facility, it's certainly not our only one. This year, the city made significant investments in our Parks and Recreation program to enhance residents' quality of life. You know, throughout our park systems, we've replaced several playgrounds. We've resurfaced our athletic courts, including a brand new gymnasium floor in the Leo Robb Gym. We've added outdoor fitness equipment like the one at Pastor Willie Ford Linear Park, featuring the artwork of renowned artist Jean-Michel Basquiat. The Tigner Center at Oviedo McKeithen Recreational Complex broke ground this year. And the new Braithwaite Center for Active Aging, as well as the Bezos Academy Preschool, are expected to open this first quarter of the calendar year. Those are tremendous additions to the city of Deerfield Beach. The Deerfield Beach CRA is currently in permitting for the construction of the second phase of the award-winning Sullivan Park project. Now, this time next year, I'll be asking you to join me for the groundbreaking of the new Sawgrass to Seagrass Center at Sullivan Park. We've really enjoyed partnering up with the Guy Harvey Ocean Foundation to make this vision a reality, and we cannot wait to see your looks on your faces when you get to see the grand opening. Now, you may not know this, but the city put on over 60 special events over this past year. And our special events crew is constantly working and planning or putting on events, large and small, for all of our residents here in Deerfield. We just had the Fall Festival. We look forward to the Ocean Way Holiday, the annual boat parade. We have MLK Day, Pioneer Days, the 4th of July celebration, and dozens more in between. And if you can find any of these events, they're going to be on our city website, so please check it out. So, yes, Parks and Rec. Now, water infrastructure projects are usually not that exciting, unless, of course, your home or your business is being flooded, then it's extremely exciting. And we have a lot going on in that area. I'm not going to cover everything, but there are 2 things that I think you should know about, and I think you're going to be excited to actually see come forward. Now, the first is AMI, or Advanced Metering Infrastructure. It's a 2-way communication system to collect detailed metering information throughout the facility. AMI is a smart and automated water meter reading technology that allows real-time, on-demand usage, giving the city more accurate reads and usage data and giving customers better insight to their usage and detecting possible leaks. Now, the second is updating our water treatment plant to an advanced state-of-the-art ion exchange treatment process. You may have heard PFAS or forever chemicals. PFASs are man-made chemicals that have been used in industry and consumer products worldwide since the 1940s. Amongst other pollutants, they have found their way into drinking water. Until recent times, the technology wasn't there to test or treat PFAS at the levels that exist today. So we're getting ahead of future regulations and investing in over $18 million in an ion exchange treatment process to help us address this. That's forward-thinking leadership. Thank you, Mr. Santucci. Now, I am humbled here tonight to tell you once again that our state, here at the State of the City, is that the state of our city is financially stable, which is the foundation of our prosperous community. This year, the city's bond credit rating was confirmed and remains a AA credit rating. This means that Deerfield Beach continues to be managed effectively and reliably. And I want to thank City Manager David Santucci and his staff for all of their hard work to do that. Thank you, Mr. Santucci. Our city reserves are healthy. I mean, the city has approximately $30 million in fund balance for our use in the event of natural or other disasters. And having adequate cash reserves is vital, especially here in South Florida, to be able to activate post-disaster recovery and restore services quickly to our residents and to our businesses. Now, the Commission approved a $349 million budget for fiscal year 2024, and that funds all of our activities while lowering the property tax rate for residents and businesses. Now, we do this with effective management and by making tough choices regarding spending. And it's been a banner year here in Deerfield Beach for sure. And from an economic standpoint, I believe we're the healthiest we have ever been. We are financially strong and stable, and obviously, that is great news. Now, delivering great news is easy, really easy. But it would be disingenuous to say that everything is perfect. No one is perfect, despite what you might think of yourselves. Despite our best efforts, we do sometimes fall short of expectations. But you know, we learn from those shortcomings and we always strive to improve. And I believe that what we have to do is control our controllables. Our city's residential property values exceeded Broward County's average for the first time possibly ever, with an 11% increase compared to 10% for Broward County. Now that is great news. But, well, first off, we did that despite having the 11th lowest assessed value of the 31 cities in Broward County. 20 more cities had a higher value than we did, and we still accomplished what we did. Now, we've tried to take control of that controllable by investing in our city with numerous projects. And that takes a lot of time and commitment, and especially patience. But you know what? Clearly it's working. Unfortunately, some of our biggest challenges are things that we have little control over. We had a $5.7 million increase in our revenue, which is great news, but we had a $9.3 million increase in the cost to deliver existing services. Our costs for materials and services far outpaced our revenue increases. And we're not alone in this trend. Every city and county is facing this challenge. That's just the reality of where we're at. Our school grades should be better. As a city, we do so much to address our schools' needs and try to help out, but in the end, it's Broward County School Board that has the real power to achieve that goal. Tallahassee continues to take away home rule from our cities. One way they do this is by passing down laws that blanket the entire state and preempting existing laws. I feel that using a one-size-fits-all approach to complicated issues is a complete disservice to our local residents. Look, guys, take a look at the size of my head. Look at this melon. I've been buying one-size-fits-all hats my entire life. Never once have I been able to wear one. And that's because everyone is different. Despite our commonalities, each one of us are unique. And that applies to cities and regions as well. So for example, we have vacation rental laws that may be well-intended and work well in rural coastal cities or counties along the panhandle, but they do not necessarily translate well to more densely populated coastal cities like we have in Broward County. This isn't about local politicians wanting more power. This is about giving our residents the power to work with their local government and allowing local government to take that feedback and craft laws and policies that protect our residential neighborhoods and our quality of life. Even more concerning, Tallahassee has failed to address what I feel is the #1 issue facing our residents and our businesses and what I believe is the next major economic catastrophe facing us, and that's insurance. I think you feel that too. And I'm not just talking about the stratospheric increase in the cost of insurance, but also the limited availability of viable options. This applies to home insurance and car insurance. And you know what? Please don't misunderstand me. It's not the fault of our local representatives in Tallahassee. They are outstanding. They really, really are. We are very, very lucky to have them. It's just that they're outnumbered. What we really need is our governor to focus on this issue. We need that help coming from Tallahassee. And we need it now. You know, I want to remind you that next year marks the centennial celebration of this city. 100 years since Deerfield Beach has been chartered. That's incredible. Now, we have seen this city's progress from a small farming and agricultural town to a culturally rich and diverse city. And we continue to see positive growth and development throughout. Now, before we wind down here, there is one more important presentation for us to make tonight, and it's time to recognize our 2023 recipient of the Deerfield Beach-JM Family Changemaker Award. Now, this year's award, not too much of a surprise, goes to the Deerfield Beach Historical Society. Now, this organization is dedicated to preserving and celebrating the rich history of our city, and for the last 50 years, they made a tremendous community impact through their cultural events, and as I mentioned earlier, they just do a phenomenal job. And they have made our history accessible to all. The Historical Society is actively involved in restoring and maintaining historical landmarks throughout this city, and including the famous and beloved Butler House. Now, tonight, we recognize this group for their outstanding efforts in safeguarding the city's legacy. I'd like to have the members of the Deerfield Beach Historical Society come up, but they are one of the best examples of ordinary men and women doing extraordinary things in our community. They're a beacon of positive and enduring change in Deerfield Beach, and for that, we recognize you as the 2023 Deerfield Beach-JM Family Changemakers. Please join us. You got it? Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to bring up TJ Egan for the Deerfield Beach Historical Society to say a few words.
All I can say is, wow. We have been so honored and thrilled with the partnership that has gone on this year with both the city, JM family, and the Chamber of Commerce. That it's just thrilling to us that we have this kind of support. In terms of tonight, if you had to pick 4 people to put on an event, and those 4 people were Denise Jordan, Lisa Davis, Rebecca Medina, and Miss Judy Stanish, how could you not put on a perfect event like we had tonight? They all had their associates that helped, but my goodness, those 4 powerful women have done a tremendous job, and thank you guys. You did better than Lenny could have ever done. All right. Just to give you a 1-minute overview of what we plan on doing. We plan on continuing to make sure that as this city grows, and it will, that as part of that growth is a remembrance and the importance of our history and a strong cultural base to make the growth of this city in line with what is needed for the quality of life that we all are planning on in Deerfield and enjoy in Deerfield Beach. Just as a little snapshot, because of the help we've gotten, a lot of it from the City of Deerfield Beach, thanks to Bill and all the commissioners, the Butler House will be going through about a $400,000 renovation over the next 2 years. It will become more of a destination than it is today. Right now, we're really only open to the public on Saturdays, 10 to 2. Within 2-3 years, our intention is to make it a destination museum, open Wednesday through Sunday, and a real place that we can be proud of to bring our people. Right next to it, you may have noticed there's this, we call it the Pioneer House. The Pioneer House, we got a grant as well. It will, by this time next year, be a Black History Museum for Deerfield Beach. It's going through a renovation. And any of you who've been to our events lately realize that we have across the street the Mid-Century Modern Cultural Center, which right now houses the only art museum in Deerfield Beach. Wrap your mind around that. There was no public art museum until the Cultural Center started an art museum in our Cultural Center. We have the Driveway Fridays. We had today a wonderful lecture by Jim Chiefy Matthew. We have lectures every month. We have international movie nights. We have teaching of art classes. We have in plein air art classes. That has become a cultural hub in Deerfield Beach that has helped develop our downtown area. If you've seen the Invest in Culture sign on Hillsborough, we are right now trying to raise the money to secure that as a cultural center for Deerfield Beach. So we'll be in touch with everybody. I'm not getting into the details right now, but we'd love the support. And tonight's event is just a fantastic, I can't thank you guys enough. I really can't. The support, it hasn't always been this way, but the support from Bill, all the commissioners, Lisa, and the chamber has been just phenomenal, and it has helped us tremendously. If you want to become a member, we would love you to become a member. Anyway, thank you very much. Thank you for the city, and thank you to all those who put on the event tonight. Thanks.
Tonight, as we conclude, I want to extend my appreciation to our sponsors, our attendees, and of course, JM Family for hosting another phenomenal event. Thank you all for supporting the Historical Society of Deerfield Beach, and I invite you all to stick around for the reception that's going to follow. But let me leave you with this. Henry Ford once said, "Coming together is a beginning, staying together is progress, and working together is success." Thank you for coming together, thank you for staying together, and thank you for working together. My name is Bill Ganz. I am proud to be your mayor, and have a great night, Deerfield Beach. God bless you.
Deserve